Welcome to Cocktails with the Crew, a podcast about wedding planning. You're listening to episode 13. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of Cocktails with the Crew. We are very excited to be back. We can't believe we made it this far.
I know.
Oh my
13 episodes.
And we couldn't have done it without being mindful and being in the present.
Yeah.
And we're always thinking of the future, but you know, hey, we're here, so that's going to be our topic for today.
Yes.
Too.
So, yeah, our topic's mindfulness when it comes to weddings, when it comes to, brides, grooms, dealing with all the stress of weddings and everything like that. But first of all, we need to start with our cocktail.
Yes.
So our cocktail of the day, we have this clever little name called Green Tea Matcha-mony.
Yes.
To go with the wedding thing. But, going back to mindfulness and health and, just all the wellness trends that are kind of part of events now.
Yes.
So this is a matcha latte type cocktail. And it's got rum chata and
I'm these
tazo.
drinks.
Yeah, green tea matcha latte. So
Love it. Cheers. All right, I guess we should sit down and, make ourselves comfortable here. You have been doing some research.
Yes.
I understand, Jessica. She's our research person here. And
I like facts.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of them from what I understand.
Yeah, so basically, we've talked in past episodes about some of the wellness trends that are parts of events and everything right now. Wellness and mindfulness on a whole is just like on the uptick.
Yes.
As far as just trends in fashion, in food, in tourism, in everything really. CNBC actually reported a study recently where researchers studied how many people, they said, use meditation or practice yoga within the past year. And this was at the end of 2018. So yoga was the most common, with 14.3% of adults saying that they had tried it for the first time, which is up almost 10% in a year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then meditation was the second most, tried mindfulness technique, with 14.2% of American adults saying that they meditated within a year, which increased 3 times from the previous year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So apps like Headspace and like Calm.
Yeah. I use Insight Timer.
And then brands like Lululemon, are really kind of bringing it into the mainstream and everything like that. So, that being said, what we're going to be talking about today is, how that kind of ties into weddings. On past episodes, we've talked about juicing. With Raw Republic, which, was a big trend.
I loved it. We had some good drinks that day.
Yeah. And then we also have spoken about, the mental health and that aspect of it. So today we're going to kind of be talking about more of the physical aspect. So we're bringing on NOLA Tribe Yoga. So this is Zoe and Mackenzie. You guys want to join us? And we'll be talking about their newest venture, which we're so excited about.
It's all wedding
Bride Tribe.
Yes,
it's
right up there.
But first, let's get a cocktail.
Yes,
and cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is right up exciting.
This is really good. I mean,
it is good.
Matcha.
Oh, can we get like a take-home jug of this?
Yeah. This is go window downstairs.
It is delicious. Probably has a little more sugar than would make it healthy, but it's still got matcha in there.
You can hardly notice.
Yes. It's delicious.
Yep.
And we will have the recipe posted for anybody that's interested.
We always love to share those. So.
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about NOLA Tribe Yoga, what your kind of company philosophy is, and then we'll get into how you guys kind of broke off and started Bride Tribe.
Yeah, sure. So I started NOLA Tribe Yoga. I co-founded it with a girlfriend of mine, Bae Tilson. And it happened, of course, like most great ideas do, at Bachelorette over a and we just felt really passionate in that moment. And luckily, we woke up on Monday morning and followed through. It was
still a good idea.
So, still a good idea.
That's not always the case.
So we just love the idea of bringing fun and social yoga to New Orleans. We do on-site yoga, so we don't have a brick and mortar. We really go into spaces that New Orleans has so many beautiful and unique spaces. And so we chose to really capitalize on those and go to places where people were already, experiencing and loving and thriving, and kind of like infusing new mindfulness and movement into those spaces. So that's where we started with NOLA Tribe, and it's been really well received over the city, and we have a great tribe. And so we're looking forward to the future.
It truly is. Yeah, I personally am very into the yoga stuff, so I've loved all the NOLA Tribe events. I go to Drifter a lot.
We appreciate you.
Poolside yoga. Yeah, and then they do another thing at Chop Yard on. Right now it's Thursday nights, but normally Wednesday nights. Thursdays right now just because of Wednesdays at the Square. But you guys have so many people come out every week. It's just awesome to see the community come together.
So and tell us a little bit about the classes, like how long they are, what style of yoga, and all of that.
Yeah, so they're typically an hour long.
Okay.
And they're just fun, social, upbeat. We like to have people laughing during class.
Oh, that's awesome.
At most places we have drinks during class.
Into that kind of yoga.
It makes it more accessible.
Well, it's like what about like making it low barrier is like the thing that people are already nervous about trying yoga a lot of the time, and it's like,
so you don't have to do anything.
And it's like come, or like your friends like come with me to Chop Yard, we can have a beer and you can try yoga, and like who's gonna say no to that?
It's great.
Right.
You're like, okay, at least I'll have a beer.
It makes it less intimidating. Totally. Like you don't think you're going in trying to do headstands.
No, that's like totally not the vibe. It's just like, this is the thing we're doing. Come have fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
So then recently you guys have started doing more of the Bride Tribe stuff. So tell us how that kind of came about and what exactly that is.
So Bride Tribe actually started the same day that Over Those Bottles of Rosé actually started the same day. So we've been doing Bachelorette yoga for a couple of years now in New Orleans. And it's taken off. It's been wonderful. We probably get nearly 100 Bachelorette parties every year that come into town that request us to do Bachelorette yoga. We also do bridal and wedding day yoga as well. And it's so fun. New Orleans is such a special place, right? Like, we're transplants, but once you live here for even probably the first 6 months that you live here, you're like, what is in the water in this city? You just absolutely fall in love with it. And I think for bachelorettes, people that are coming for, 3 days, they only have 3 days to get absolutely everything that they can out of the city. And you're like, I want them to love it 110% more than I already do, to be able to like influence these like groups of, 6 to 15 girls every weekend. And not only make them love New Orleans, but just really be able to be kind of like this sobering part of their weekend, like pun intended.
The great thing about like the Bride Tribe thing is like people are already bachelorettes are already coming into town. Like that's in New Orleans, the destination for bachelorette parties. But it's like introducing this whole new aspect that maybe you didn't consider as a bachelorette. Like let's just take a moment to have some time together. Focus on our breath, some mindfulness. And it's also in a complete place of no judgment. You're going to go out and do what you're going to do tonight. Awesome. Or you're slightly hungover from the night before. Great. No judgment. And especially like being a yoga teacher in New Orleans, like I'm not here to like be, mindful goddess holier than thou. It's like you can go out and have
balance.
You can go out and have drinks and also do this like one little bit of wellness in your weekend and feel some balance at the end of your bachelorette weekend.
So do you go to the hotel, or is
all over? I meet them at parks or their Airbnbs. It's usually like a mix of both. And it's so much fun. Like I wish it was around for my bachelorette party.
We can bring it. I definitely would do it.
I wish that I got kicked out of a bar instead, which was like awesome fun. But I wish, and it's fun. Like I love to talk to the girls, and they're usually coming from all over the country. They're kind of just like in the city. I always talk to them about their plans. I always give them suggestions, and it's just a good way to connect. And I think my favorite part about it is during every bachelorette class, we all take a moment and like sit and take some breaths, and I have everyone kind of set an intention for their weekend and also for their bride friends. So I have everyone just to get to a place of like, hey, actually we're here together for this weekend. It doesn't matter the stresses that happened the week before or what's going to come the week after. Like just arrive in this moment and like be grateful and like have gratitude for it.
Yeah.
And be present. Like I call them their sister friends. Like your sister friends.
I love it.
Totally.
I mean, that's part of what I love about yoga classes in general is that feeling that you walk away with of just like intention and just like, you know, knowing that you got a moment in for yourself, but it's also part of the community.
Totally.
Sure.
And it like really has everyone take a moment and be like, oh yeah, wait, we are
Like,
it wasn't just a weekend where it was like,
weekend?
wait, where did I do this weekend?
Yeah.
And I went to a bachelorette party and it was like,
Yeah.
what? It was like actually like, oh, this is us. This is what
Gives
we're
you
doing.
a little
Right.
bit of pause.
Right,
Yeah.
a little pause.
Yeah.
So bachelorette parties are kind of like one big part of it. You know, I read another article, brides.com talked about how wedding morning yoga is actually like the best way to start your day, your wedding morning, which makes a ton of sense, you know, just being present, you know, breathing,
Leaving all that last minute stress.
Remembering that all those details really don't
Right.
mean
So
anything.
it's not just about like reminding you to breathe and be in the moment, but it also reduces stress, improves your posture, and
Good for pictures.
can give you
Instagram needs
that
that
glow.
posture.
Yeah, exactly. And it can give you that, you know, kind of post yoga glow after, you know, any kind of workout really.
For sure.
But yeah, so have you guys been getting a lot more requests recently for that wedding morning kind of thing?
We have. It's been taking off, especially with our girls that are in our tribe that have been practicing with us over the last 3 years, that finally it's their big day. The fact that they're choosing to like spend it and start it with Bride Tribe and NOLA Tribe is just like, we're so elated about it.
Yeah.
So we've had quite a few of those this spring actually. So that's been just like really special for us that there's, you know, people that are close to us. But the effect that we've had, I actually got to be a part of one of my good friends' wedding day yoga sessions a couple of weeks ago. And it is so wonderful. That's just kind of, people were talking about it all throughout the day, right? Like not just during, before, and after the yoga, but like throughout the day, they were like, that is just what I needed. Like to bring everybody, you know, you're with the welcome reception the night before. You know, people are a little bit hungover.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Which is, the older I get, the more I realize that like like sometimes when you're hungover, like you just gotta move.
You gotta move.
You just gotta sweat it out,
Move.
move a little bit, and then you'll feel better. You know,
Totally.
like that's a big part of my like hangover remedy these days.
Definitely.
So I feel like more people are realizing that.
Yeah, and we can. It's great too because there's, you know, your day is usually, you know, scheduled, like every 15 minutes is scheduled the whole day. So the fact that we get to, you know, go to the hotel and actually, you know, be in the courtyard or be in like a nearby park right next to the hotel to make it easy on everyone, you know, not having to find a yoga studio to go to and block out time, just makes it really accessible and, you know, fits in well for the bride's day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more it's beneficial for the bride and groom for sure, but also for everybody else. So it's like, because everyone else is stressed on that day as well. Like even if you're just a guest or like a bridesmaid or the parents, like, just the frenzy of it all. I feel, I mean, just speaking from my own personal experience, it just like becomes this huge ball of like chaotic energy. You know what I mean?
Stress on everyone
and
else.
it's just like how to just take a moment to just like
to breathe,
calm. And you're all here for like a really great positive experience. So there's no reason to get wigged out over it.
Yeah.
One of our previous guests was a counselor, and she spoke at an event we had recently. She was telling us about how most of the time we're hyperventilating, even though we don't realize it.
Yeah.
And, you know, so just taking the time to stop and really breathe, you know, how much that can help you and center you. I mean, it's an amazing thing that just your breath can have such
Totally. We call that dropping into your breath, and it's true. And I really loved, I was in the background doing this when you read the statistics about the meditation and the yoga.
I mean, it's
to my heart.
Like, you know, it's something that I've found in the last like 5 years, and I preach it all the time to everyone I know because I'm just like,
you got
changed
to.
my life. Like, I just like wish everyone realized the benefits of meditation, of yoga.
It's so true.
Everything.
Well, we're working on it.
It's really growing. I mean, I remember being in college, and it was a really not new, but it was something that was becoming popular. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah. And in New Orleans, we're always like a
it's
little bit behind on the wellness trends.
Yeah, but the thing about New Orleans is like, yes, it's a great city for food and drink and all access. And that's the reason why we love New Orleans, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have potential
Yes.
for wellness, and it doesn't mean that it isn't deserving of wellness.
Yeah.
I think that is actually even more so.
More so.
That's a great way to
where
say
everyone else, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So are there any like good stories of particular clients that you've had that you maybe want to share, you know, moments that kind of changed things for you guys or made you realize like this is what we should be doing? What do you think?
I have some moments.
Yeah. I would love to hear them.
I have I teach maybe a bachelorette at least like once a week, I think.
Yeah,
right now. I'm pretty consistently once a week. And I think just I love when it's usually like one or two girls in the bachelorette party are the yogis and the rest of them are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Totally. And I love just like breaking through and just being like, it's cool. Like and like commending them and just trying something new.
Yeah.
And just like
it's scary to go and try something new.
Totally. But like this is an opportunity. I mean, like the chances of you doing it with like 10 of your girlfriends versus you just going by yourself to a studio is you know, just it's pretty accessible.
Yes.
And I just love getting the like, wow, that was great, or that was totally different than I expected, or I feel so great after that. And then, you know, the brides who are usually the person who does the yoga are usually just so happy and so excited.
That everyone got to experience.
Yeah,
for sure. And joining something that they love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like beg my friends all the time to come with me to things. And
Right?
like sometimes I can get them to come, and usually that's the response I'll get is like, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
People have this idea in their head that it's like so hard because they see people doing like crazy.
I can't bend like that.
I'm not flexible.
Like,
but like it really is just part of your own journey.
Yeah, they're not just cheering you on. They're just, I think when you go to a class, you're just happy to see someone trying something new.
And like,
and
no
no
body.
judgment.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
And then like the low barrier when people are a little bit like when there's a group a little bit intimidated, like we don't know, we don't really do yoga. And I'm gonna put my best friend on blast right now because she did a Bachelorette bride tribe. I convinced them to all come to New Orleans for a bride tribe. Nicole, I'm so sorry. And the Bachelorette bride tribe yoga that I was a participant in was by far the lowest set bar of hungover Bachelorette. The lowest bar of like hungover girls, and usually it's like when people do it on the Sunday, it's like a little bit rough, and so everyone's like, I don't know, we're not feeling great. I'm like, you cannot be worse than my group of friends. And then immediately they're like, okay.
So do you typically find groups do one day, or do you try to do all 3 days that they're in town, or what do you see happen?
All over, I think.
But just like one session.
Yeah,
but,
or do you try to do one session a day, or
typically
just like one
just
time.
one.
Yeah.
But
it's probably hard to get people to work out every morning.
If they did the 3 sessions, I'd be so impressed.
Yeah, I would be so impressed.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
And typically I think the best is like if they, I think the advice would be to do it on the first 2 days or 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Because the Sunday is always a little bit hairy.
Yeah.
If anyone's listening and needs advice,
Or like, we'll do it at 8 a.m., you know, because we have brunch plans. I'm like, okay.
No, you won't.
I'm like, tell me about the night before. Like, what are your plans the night before? I would like to suggest 2 hours later than that.
Yeah.
And we've only ever had one bachelorette party cancel due to Bourbon Street, where they were just like,
we can't do it.
Which honestly, our batting average is pretty good.
That's one out of a couple of street.
Yeah, that's really good average there.
Way to go, girls! Actually, I'm really impressed.
The bride tribe, they kill it. They really do, and they also are so willing and open to try something new. It's just, it's always inspiring to me, for sure.
For sure.
So now with the bride tribe, this is a group that, or is it just brides or past brides, current brides?
We've done girlfriend trips too.
Yeah, we do kind of it's kind of morphed into like, girl trip, private party, yoga. It's really just like that accessibility of coming to you. We have a lot of fun things that we offer where, you know, we offer like a basic bachelorette class where it's an hour of yoga, cold lavender eye towels, like custom playlist. We provide mat rentals. So we really bring like everything to where you are. And then we have a step up from that. That's our bubbly bachelorette. So, you know, obviously like mimosas with toast, which is totally before, during, after class, whenever you want it. So
will cue a pose sometimes that involves a drink.
I was about to
Yeah,
ask,
nice.
how does the drinking during yoga work?
Peaceful Warrior works really well.
I know, it's
Try
like the
this.
Chop Yard one. They'll be like, and now's a great time to take a sip of your beer.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just sneak it in during child's pose. It's perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. Just a little really long straw.
Yeah.
That's all good.
And then we also have a couple other offerings that we're doing. We have a partnership with Drifter Yoga where we do poolside yoga for private parties, and that includes an hour of yoga and then like drinks afterwards at Drifter, which is an awesome partner. And then we also do kitten yoga at the LA SPCA where they let us do private parties out there as well.
Kitten yoga.
I know.
Kittens crawl all over you.
yeah,
Like,
you
well, I
need
need
to
to
be
be
out.
out.
That sounds better than goat yoga. But
And we do go
Now we
yoga
do
as
go
well.
yoga.
That's all my
Give us an animal, we can do yoga.
I
love
the
goat
cat,
yoga.
the kitten yoga. There you go. The goat yoga is interesting. I'm not sure I'm ready for that yet.
More your speed with a kid.
Yeah, they just curl up and purr.
Totally.
Totally.
Awesome. So what gave you the idea to do goat yoga? I just have to ask.
So I mean, it started in Oregon, right? Like, where else would goat yoga start? And so it just like slowly started spreading across the U.S. and we had heard about it.
Yeah.
And then Paradigm Gardens, who is this beautiful like urban outdoor farm and right off of Aretha Castle, and they came to us and like wondered if we wanted to do yoga in their space, and we're like, this is an absolutely gorgeous garden.
Yeah.
And then they come to tell us that we have goats, and we're like, when do we
It's
start?
even
Like,
better.
we had to like convince them actually, like he wasn't aware of the goat yoga trend, so he thought like people would do yoga and then look at the goats. We're like, no, we want them
them
like
on people.
to play. We want them on
Yeah.
people's backs during plank pose. Bring them out.
It's really all for Instagram.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. Like, we talk about it all the time, but Instagram runs the world now.
It's
when
such
it comes
an interesting,
to business,
and it's such an interesting yoga trend, the goat yoga.
Yeah.
But I was listening to a podcast the other day, and Deepak Chopra, who is a
Yes, very
major yogi.
Yes.
A yoga girl was asking, what do you feel about goat yoga or whatever, hip hop yoga or booty yoga? And he's like, listen, which I totally vibe with. He's like, whatever gets someone to their mat, whatever it may be,
100%.
I'm into that. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's like the cursor. And then if their journey to wellness expands upon that,
So true.
that's it.
It
So
is.
it's like,
And I mean, like, I go to all kinds of different yoga practices, like, whether it be poolside, whether it be a hip hop class, or, I've also been to studios that are like true Buddhist temples.
right.
Like, there's just so many different levels, but it all comes down to the same common course and the
Definitely.
same common values,
Yep.
and like always coming back to mindfulness and
Yep.
like, just being present and in the moment.
Definitely.
So yeah.
That's a really fun conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to try
Right.
goat yoga. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll start out with the cats.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll work our way up
Yes.
to goats.
Yeah, but hopefully, a lot of people listening kind of, realize that they can do different things as
Definitely.
far as, you don't just have to have the crazy bachelorette party. You can incorporate wellness.
Just give
into
it a
Yeah.
try. Like, don't be afraid. It's,
Yeah.
It's not
For
one
sure.
size fits all.
Right.
It's a full encompassing, and it's totally up to you in your personal journey into it.
Definitely.
That sounds woo-woo flowery, but it's true.
Yeah.
No, but it is.
Meet you where you are.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're so everything that we do is so custom, right? And so whether it's you literally want to come out and be just have a mostly meditative and restorative class, we are all about that, right? So if you feel like your girls are going to be too hungover, or on your wedding day you're like, I just need to be brought into the present movement, I don't really need to move that much,
Right.
but I just need to be more mindful.
Yeah.
Our instructors are fabulous and can literally customize classes to any level for anyone.
You want to start out with Beyonce, then
I
I'm sure
am.
you guys can do that
That
too.
happens. I have several bachelorette with Beyonce.
Yeah.
All through.
That's awesome. Let's see if I ring on it.
Oh, yeah.
Get
You
your
got
sass
to.
going. So.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
This has been
Exactly.
so much fun. I'm
Yeah,
so glad
thank
to meet
you.
you.
We're
Yeah.
so happy to
Yeah.
be here.
Thank you guys. We'll do one
Wanna
last
do-
cheers.
yeah, right.
Cheers. To sign us off. Cheers.
So
Cheers.
good.
Yeah.
Need a
And
Coke up here.
our followers would like to follow you on Instagram, where can they find you?
Yep, so we're at NOLA Tribe Yoga and also Bride Tribe Yoga.
All right.
Simple enough.
All right, that's easy enough. And we are so happy to have our friends from Bride Tribe and NOLA Tribe here today on episode 13 of Cocktails with the Crew. We hope you'll join us back again next week. And please, please, please rate us on iTunes and anywhere else you happen to be watching. We would really appreciate it. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cocktails with the Crew is a New Orleans Weddings Magazine production, filmed on location at Republic NOLA in New Orleans Warehouse District, featuring host Jessica Talazak, Director of Special Events for Republic NOLA, and Jessica Burke, publisher of New Orleans Weddings Magazine. Audio recording by Ellen Kramer. Video by Brian Jarrow. Theme music Blues Genius by Steve Fox. Copyright 2019, New Orleans Weddings Magazine.
Grab a copy of the latest edition of New Orleans Weddings Magazine at a store near you, or have a copy mailed to you. Visit thenowbride.com and click on Get a Copy. That's thenowbride.com. Happy planning from the New Orleans Weddings team.